I needed a boyfriend to humiliate my ex. So I hired a mechanic, gave him a suit, and told him 2 simple rules. Speak only when spoken to, and don't let anyone discover you're a fraud. He broke both rules within 20 minutes, and by the end of the day, the only thing he exposed was my ex-boyfriend's greatest weakness. My life felt like an emotional wasteland after I broke up with Fernando. The sight of him moving on, succeeding, was an intolerable insult. So when I heard my father, Mr. Vincent, was hosting a business meeting and Fernando would be there with his new girlfriend, I knew I needed a countermeasure. I needed a victory, a conquest. I found him by the side of the road. He was washing a car. "Good afternoon. Do you want me to wash your car?" he asked. "No," I replied. "I want you to do a job for me." He was immediately suspicious. "What kind of job?" I was direct. "You have to be my boyfriend, just for today." I explained the terms. My ex-boyfriend is coming to a meeting with his new girlfriend. I can't let him think I'm fragile and alone. "Why choose me?" he asked. I looked him over. "Because my ex-boyfriend knows everyone in our circle. I need someone he won't be able to investigate." He understood the severity immediately. "I understand, but I won't do anything illegal, madam." The contract began. I gave him money and rules. You need a shower and a suit. You only speak when you are spoken to, otherwise remain silent. And another thing, do you know how to eat with cutlery? He confirmed he did. If you don't know the answer to a question, do not respond, I instructed. Don't let them discover you don't belong to my social circle. He nodded. I will do my best, madam. I watched him walk toward the shower, realizing I had hired a mechanic to be my silent trophy. This was my caprice, and I was determined to win. We arrived at the house. My father, Mr. Vincent, was delighted to see me. "My daughter, and who is this gentleman?" he asked. "He is my boyfriend," I said, beaming. Daniel introduced himself with smooth confidence. "A pleasure to finally meet you, sir. Your daughter has spoken highly of you." My father, ever the businessman, was immediately suspicious. "You look familiar to me, young man." Daniel had a quick, professional answer. "I doubt you've seen me, sir. Perhaps at an import event." I quickly intervened. "Dad, you're grilling him." "Any father would do the same," he insisted. Then Fernando arrived with his new consultant girlfriend, Frances. "Alexandra, good afternoon. Welcome," he said, pretending to be gracious. The air immediately thickened with contempt. "Fernando, my sharpest manager," my father greeted him. Fernando and Frances immediately cornered me. "You can't fool me, Alexandra. Nobody could replace me," he whispered. "Why the curiosity, Fernando? You know I've forgotten you." "But your father hasn't. You won't deny you're still a great manager, but be careful. Jose Daniel might take your place." It was a desperate attempt to destabilize me, but his arrogance was about to be his undoing. The meeting began. My father wanted to discuss strategies for introducing home appliances into the market. Fernando and Frances suggested air freight, a faster but more expensive route. The idea is to import the products by air to reduce time, even if the prices are slightly higher, Fernando explained. My father turned to Daniel. "Joseph Daniel, do you have anything to say?" I held my breath, internally begging him to follow the plan. Remain silent. But Daniel broke the contract. "Sir, with all due respect, importing by air is faster, but it is not profitable in the long term," he said, his voice confident and clear. The room froze. "Explain yourself," my father commanded. Daniel launched into a detailed, fluent analysis of global logistics. Many companies today use sea routes combined with cargo consolidation. This saves up to 40% on import costs, giving you a competitive edge. In pricing, even with a consolidated market, if we sell higher than the competition, they won't buy from us. "And how do you know all this?" my father asked, completely captivated. "I worked in logistics, sir, and specialized in international trade. Today, there is high demand for ecological alternatives, e-bikes, scooters, small solar panels. We could bring them from Asia and take advantage of green subsidies." He was stunned. "That's an excellent proposal. It wasn't our plan, but it looks very profitable. We will take your analysis into account." He had completely ignored Fernando, who was now sweating profusely. The meeting ended in chaos. Fernando was humiliated. Francis, furious that I had undermined his boyfriend, confronted me. "You brought him here to humiliate me. Worse, he's just a jealous type." I didn't care about their drama. I was focused on Daniel. "I need to talk to you," I said after the guests left. The meeting had done more than humiliate Fernando. It had revealed Daniel's true capacity. The next day, Daniel arrived in his mechanic's clothes. I demanded the truth. "Why didn't you tell me you were an international businessman?" He looked down. "You didn't ask. I should have guessed it. I was infatuated with a woman and I lost everything." He admitted he was a formerly successful magnate who lost his entire empire due to a foolish, expensive caprice for a woman. When you are at the top, everyone wants you. When you fall, everyone vanishes. The irony was devastating. I had hired a mechanic to hide a lie only to discover he was a ruined genius who committed the same caprice that drove my vengeance. But the personal drama was over. The business opportunity was not. I am impressed by you, Joseph Daniel. I think the best thing that ever happened to me was meeting you. I made him the offer. "I want to hire you. I need your expertise to rebuild my father's business, and I need to replace Fernando." Daniel was shocked. "Are you sure you want to take that risk?" I smiled. "I like taking risks, Daniel. And if you work with me, you will regain what you lost. I can make an advance on your salary so you can buy proper clothes." The partnership was sealed. I had achieved a deeper revenge. My caprice had shifted from humiliating my ex to usurping his corporate position. I realized Daniel was more man than Fernando ever was. Our relationship was no longer about forbidden romance. It was about power, intellect, and shared ambition. We would not just recover what he lost. We would build a new empire together.